Hello, hello, and welcome to Dear Dana. It's Wednesday night. It is cold here in Georgia. I don't know what it's like where you are, but we are expecting snow this weekend, something we rarely ever see. Hello, One Choice at a Time with Michael. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Paranormal Witch Willow. Hello, James Pruitt, Shelly Marie, and Marie Crum. Hello, everybody in the bushes. Thank you for being here. We are talking about what's holding you back. Hello, Renee Rod. Thank you for that. I like that song. Dun 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 dun. Hello, Megan Stevens. That song, What's Holding You Back. I was thinking about that today. Not just the song, but you can hear me now? You couldn't hear me before? Was I talking to myself? You know that song, Oh, what's holding you back? Hello, Arseny Pesakov. I was thinking about that today. So many people have things holding them back. Yeah, holding them back. Sometimes we feel like it's somebody's holding us back. Or, maybe, hello, Virginia Woolf. Maybe we think something else is holding us back. Or life is holding us back. Or a feeling is holding us back. Yeah? Maybe it's fear holding us back. I don't know. Do you feel like something is holding you back from doing something you've always wanted to do? Or approaching a deeper wish or a love interest? It could be a multitude of things. Or from going on with something in your life. Something's making you stop. Or fulfilling a greater good in your life. I had students today that I was asking, younger students, was there something they really wanted to do, but something held them back from it? And their comments were really interesting because I thought about, when we're younger, there are things that hold us back from trying things, right? Hey, Monica McCall. There are things that hold us back, yeah? And then when we get older, there are things that hold us back. And it's curious to me, are the things that hold us back when we're younger the same things that hold us back when we get older? It would be curious to compare. Hello, Lorraine Cisneros. Is that Greek? Paranormal says, I am trying, let me pull it up. I'm trying to complete my goal right now, and the love interest right now, I'm trying to get to know him very well. Take my time. Curly hair is just a going. It's always good to take your time. Rushing into things, I don't know that it always pays. Now, if we're, when does it pay to rush into things? Sometimes, if we want to take a chance on something and we wait too long to make a decision, sometimes it's good to go with our gut feeling and jump into it, yeah? Rather than wait too long and second guess ourselves too long. Like if it's a decision whether to take a chance on an opportunity or a job. Sometimes it's good to rush in that instance. Yeah. Love. Sometimes it's good to, take a chance to get to know somebody and let it marinate. Not, I wouldn't say walk away from an opportunity, but let it marinate. Take your time. But insofar as what is holding you back, there are people, like I had a student today that said she usually makes straight A's. And of course, with what's been going on with all these people getting sick and stuff, she said that this last semester she didn't make the grades she knew she could. She didn't try as hard as she could. She just kind of socialized a little more and just, did the basic amount. And that she doesn't step out of her comfort zone as much lately because she just was settled into her space a little more comfortable, didn't want to step out of it too much, was satisfied with where she was. And we had the conversation about not just being satisfied with where you are, not staying in a space of, well, um, I'm in a comfort zone. I don't want to step outside of it. I don't want to take a chance of moving out of what feels known and comfortable. A lot of people won't get out of relationships they're unhappy in because it's better to know the devil you're with than the devil you don't. You know what I mean? Because they're comfortable in what they know. You have to forgive me tonight. Um, James says, what's holding him back? Self doubt, lack of experience time. What doesn't hold me back might be a shorter list. Hmm. Self doubt, lack of experience time. What are you looking at, James? What is it holding you back from? What is it holding you back from? What is this thing that it's holding you back from? Sometimes people, I know people that look outside of themselves and say X, Y, and Z is holding me back when they don't realize it's you that's holding you back. You that's holding you back. What am I missing? Oh, what is this new love interest, Renee Rod? I have not heard this. Do I not know about this one? I knew one was coming. Is this a different one? Hello, read this. Hi, Monica Hall. Good, good, good. Enjoying the cooler weather. Hello, Shannon Van. I knew you were just doing your show, so. Only thing holding me the feeling of failure, the part where you don't know if you're doing the right thing or if they feel the same way. But I'm following my intentions and signs. It's better just to always take things slow. Don't push. Let things open up naturally. Yeah? Monica says she knows she holds herself back and she's not sure why. It's something you have to look inside yourself. Oh, Someone to date so far sounds like someone new, someone different than who we discussed. Yeah, Renee, or no? So far, so good. Good, good, good. Monica, I would be, intuitively speaking, oh, it's not someone new. It's that one. Same guy. Alrighty then. Good. Good. Okay. So you put the ball in his field and it is progressing. Good. Monica, I feel like yours is because of past mistakes. It's more of a feeling of you don't feel like you deserve when you do. Jurian says self doubt is like a snowball. It starts with a little and grows quick. Set little goals easily, reach to build the confidence up. I agree, Jerian. I agree. It's all about baby steps and looking in the mirror and self affirmations. We are our own worst enemies. And, in a little while, I'm going to do an exercise with some of you. But a lot of times and look, don't get me wrong, and we're going to continue on the narcissistic series as well. Some of it goes back to childhood. Monica, 100% I feel like that's true. And that's something that you have to work on. The core of it, and forgive me, Monica, for saying, is in order for your life to get tweaked, you're going to have to work on forgiving yourself because you have not. For a lot to heal in your life, Monica, you're going to have to work on forgiving yourself. Your life has changed immensely and you've turned it around. But in doing so, even though you've turned it around, you've done a lot of the right things, but you have not forgiven yourself. So, how do you expect others, and you know what I'm talking about, to forgive you when you have not forgiven you? So, when you genuinely have worked on that core issue, other cards will begin to fall into place. And that's where it will begin, sweetheart. It will. That's where it will begin. And that is also a piece of a message from Dennis that I received for you. Huh. Virginia Wolf says, congratulations on your new relationships, ladies. That sounds fun. And it does. It does sound fun. We have to look in the mirror and do a deep dive into our eyes. And trust and believe years and years and years ago, when I was going into therapy mode, and as you become a therapist, you have to go to therapy. So you don't project a lot of your crap onto clients that you see. You have to become well acquainted with your own shadow. Do your own shadow work. And over the years, you have to keep doing it with yourself and look deep within your own soul. and be really honest with yourself. And I will still make mistakes. You're welcome. And as you said, Monica, Dennis was very connected to you. He was connected to you deeply as a friend. And had he not been so connected to you as a friend, he would have wanted to be a partner, but didn't want to ruin a friendship. So therefore, he wouldn't have crossed that line. He wanted you to know that. Hey, CC Cruz. Hey, C Cruz. But going back to looking in the mirror deeply within, we have issues with people in our lives sometimes, right? We meet people that love us. We meet people that for some reason don't like us. Like I said before, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I can be as nice as I can be to some people, and I'm still not going to be their cup of tea. People can ask my advice sometime, and I can present it in the kindest way possible. And they can ask me to tell them the truth, and I can present it on a golden platter and sing it like a love song. But if it's not what they want to hear, they will think me the demon. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it's not what they want to hear, no matter if I sing it like a love song, they will think I'm the demon. I'm not always going to be someone's cup of tea. So we're going to meet people along the way that will love us or hate us. That being said, and they will either want to lift us up to the skies or pull us down. So they might want to stand in our way. And you might want to say, well, they're in our way. Let me tell you, even if there are people trying to stand in your way, they're not really in your way. Because ultimately, it is up to you whether you go to the places that you want to go. You have to look deep within your soul, yourself, to see what is blocking you, to see what is at the core of you, to see what is in your way, what is holding you back. Because that is really what it is. You're most welcome, Monica. I know that you have been waiting for a while, and until he really passed it to me, until Dennis passed it to me, I was not able to give it to you. So finally, I'm able to give it to you, Monica Hall, and I hope it brings you the healing that you have needed. But I want you to look within yourself, because you have to look within your own soul and see what it is at your core self that is really blocking. Because it could be something from when you're very young that has created a block that you need to hurdle over or move out of the way. And you have to acknowledge that, right? It could be a memory, it could be a pain, it could be something you have created that is your own self belief. Your own self belief that you feel like you're not able to overcome. Something you've created. When I was younger, I could be a cheerleader, I could run track, I could be on swim team, I could do all these things as long as I was within a group. I was not fearful. But if you were to pull me out of the group where I had to be the center of attention, I was terrified because I did not feel like I was pretty enough, smart enough, whatever enough. Hey, Busy Blues number 2 fan, thank you for being here. Because of the messages I had been given growing up, if it was me alone and I was not part of a group where it was us supporting each other, I had the mindset me alone was not enough. And I had to work on that mindset. That was my block. That was my block. So I had to work on that block to remove it. And I also had that mindset of because I had those special gifts. And that was a hang up of mine. If people knew I had those gifts, they would think I was weird, or they wouldn't want to be around me, or you get what I'm saying. So I had those two things working against each other. And it made me, hello, Sheila Swan, Steve, it made me keep people at arm's length. So I could read them and know what was going on and know what their truth was. And I also didn't feel enough. So I had all of these things working against me. But they were things I had created. Sorry if I do my hands a lot. Teaching English to children that don't understand English initially, I use my hands a lot. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to really think, I want you to take a minute and be honest with yourself. What do you honestly feel like, and we've worked on Monica's, is holding you back? What is holding you back? Dun 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 dun. And think about what is really something at whatever stage you are in your life. And Steve has already busted that box open. Now Monica's busting it open. What is something you really want, and what is holding you back? Because right now, we need to remove that. We need to remove that block away from you because you can. If it is in your way, let's remove it. Because it is attached to something, it belongs to some time frame in your life. And we can remove it from that time frame. So you can either use it as a bridge or we can move it out of the way. Hello, everybody in the bushes. And before we continue, and while you're thinking about that, we're going to throw down the intro and the outro. And again, welcome to Dear Dana. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm so happy all of you are here. Let me throw it down. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I am loving that all of you are here, and we're putting a little bit of deep thought into tonight's dialogue because I just wanted to take it on for a minute. And while I have you all here, I wanted to ask, and you can say no to me if you want. Virginia Woolf, if it is possible, do you mind if I play one of the songs that you wrote recently in here. If you prefer that I don't, I won't. But I want to see if I can share one of the songs that you wrote recently when we did the guided meditation and you got a little creative. Because I feel like you are talented and you are unblocking some of your blocks. Up to you. Perfectly fine if you'd rather not, but there are a lot of healing light workers and empaths in here. What are some of your blocks? I heard a woman in a chat the other day. She felt like time had already passed. It was too late. That things had already gotten in her way and held her back. That a new leg of time. I really want Virginia Woolf. I just don't want to embarrass you or um, anything. I don't want to put you on the spot if you don't want me to, but I would like to. She thought it was too late, that it was too late to go on another leg, too late to start anything, and it really just crumbled me a little bit because I was like, too late. Look, I've done it. Not that it's any big deal, but I'm always looking for new things to do, and I am no spring chicken. New things to attempt, new things to try, new things to challenge my brain. And I don't see it stopping me at this point. I want to be Betty White. I want to take on a new challenge and a new thing and a new like one of my grandmothers was probably 70 years old when she took on oil painting. You know what I'm going to pick, probably. Okay, I'm going to share one of zero progress is death. I can't. Oh, and Jurian, honey, he paints some magnificent artwork. I may have to show you some of the stuff he does if he'd let me. Let me see if I can pull up some music. Let me see if it'll let you hear it. Come on, let me hear it. Okay, let's see if it'll let you. Oh, I don't know if it. Hold on, I don't know if I hit the audio. Let's do this again. Do it again. It did, okay, wait. What did it not let me do? Sorry, guys. You know me. Takes me a half minute. Okay, let's see. Let's try this again. It's not letting me. That's not what I want. Okay, let me know if you. That's not it. Let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? That's not it. Wait, that's not it. Okay, wait a minute. I don't think that's the one I'm trying to play. Hold on. Could you hear it? Audio's low. I can't hear anything. Let me try this again. Share. Oh no. Share. Open. That's not the one. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Gmail. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. It's not letting me pick it up. Did you have it on your page? Okay, I see where it is. Let's see if it'll let me share now. This is the one. Can you hear it?
I watched the moon the whole way home. The way it watched me from above. Just over the trees, a few clouds. Could feel the wind from a storm. And everything was lit up. The sky was lit up from the moon. I saw the way the clouds moved. Reminded me of you. And as the rain started to mist, it reminded me of when we first kissed. Up on the wall in the park, just before the day got dark. I'll meet you in the rain. Yeah, I'll meet you in the rain. I'll I'll meet you in the rain. I'll meet you in the rain. And as the rain started to mist, reminded me of when we kissed on the wall in the park, just before the day got dark. Before the day got dark.
Okay, folks, is that not beautiful? I'm clapping for you, Virginia Woolf. I hope you don't mind that I shared that with them. But that's the one I was looking for. I got confused by the titles, but that is a beautiful song. When he sent that to me, and I said, "Is that you singing? And you wrote that and you're playing that?" After we had done the guided meditation, he did this. Jerry said, "Needs more cowbell." But as he's singing the words, I can picture the whole thing in my head taking place. And the rain in the background and all of that stuff is just very soulful. So I congratulate you, Virginia Woolf. My biggest shock was when we did the guided meditation and Virginia Woolf shows up and it's a guy. But you're very talented. I want to see more of this come out in all of you. The unstuckness moved away. Because all of you are empaths and light workers, and you have these gifts behind you. And then you have James, who's so intuitive and has all of this spiritual knowledge behind him and is able to put this forth to people. By the way, I want to know how Emily is. If James is still sticking around listening, I want to know how your Emily is. I meant to ask straight away. He may be in the background listening, I'm not sure. So as you're back here, and I want to see Jurian to share some of his art. I want to know what's keeping you from being your complete selves, from moving forward and just blooming. Oh, it's written before the meditation? I'm sorry. but part of the journey you recorded the next day after the meditation, a different one. I apologize. I didn't know you started it prior. I misunderstood. It was utterly beautiful. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take any credit for the meditation kicking in. Yeah, Jurian needs to share his art. It's beautiful. I want you to realize that, you know, the first act of the play may have started, but you've got many acts to go. Many acts to go. So, what is your stuckness? What is holding you back? What do you need to get rid of? And what can we and I help you get rid of? What can we help you get rid of? What do you feel like is in the way? I don't know what your Instagram is, Jurian, or I could share it on here. What is your Instagram, Jurian? Have you felt like your acts are over? What is something you want to pursue now that you feel like your feet are in the sand? What do you feel like you want to pursue? For instance, I want to know, Virginia Woolf, where would you like to go further? Where would you like to go further with all this talent that you're holding on to? Broken's art. Broken's art. Broken's art. I mean, look at Betty White. Take that as a, for instance. Okay, I'm going to share Jurian's page. See, I don't know anybody's age, and it really doesn't make any difference to me. We don't have to do audio on Jurian's. Okay, this is Jurian's page. We're going to share it. Let's see. Okay, we've got it up. Let's share it. Oop, oop, oop. This is his Instagram page. See how well you share it. I'm going to open up. Oh, I can't scroll when I do that. You have to let me know how well you can see it. You do beautiful work, Jurian. Now, what medium do you use to do your art? Do you use ink? Do you use oils? Do you use acrylics? I see a lot of dragon art. Oh, look at that. Look at all the color. I like the color too. Now, down there, giant rat with cheese club and huge snake, all in battle. Is that clay? Please meet Shirley, who enjoys walks on the beach and sewing and sheep keeping. You are very creative. That looks like something that would be in a book. Oh, look at that. It's a mill that you built. 3 stories, all playable. Wow. Oh, that is so cool. Look how many creative people. Now, they do say that very spiritual people are also creative people. They can either build things, create things, draw things, sew, sing, speakers. Velvet Serpent Queen, mixed media. Wow. And I assume that you sell a lot of these. Yes, ask for commission after showing. Beautiful work. Excellent. Wow. Excellent, Jurian. I want to know what some of the things others of you do. Share with us. As you see, I kicked myself out. I kicked myself out of the live stream. It would not be a Dear Dana show had I not kicked myself out. I went boop. I kicked myself straight out while I was trying to cut the art out. It's a Dana blooper. It's a Dana blooper. I want to know she's doing good and she's at home now. Oh, thank God. When did she get to come home, James? I am so glad that she is home. So, James is very eloquent and knows a lot about, of course, he knows, like me, a lot about medicine because we both had special needs children. He still does. And he's very spiritually attuned and is good at teaching about spiritual matters and is very empathic. A lot of us are empathic in here and light workers. Okay. Willow knows a lot about spiritual things, especially about astrology. Please link Jerian's link. He said it was, okay, broken art on Instagram. Jerian's link is broken Broken's Art on Instagram. So let me put it down on there and try not to kick myself out. Jirian 13 is Broken Art. You can find him at Broken's Art on Instagram. So I'm assuming he's okay with you um, adding him on Instagram. It would be nice if we could all connect with each other on Instagram. For those that have Instagram, you can find me at Dear Dana's Free. And yes, if you're in the bushes, and if you're in here and you have spiritual friends, or if you have friends that like to talk about psychology or learn something, please don't hesitate to invite them to this community and have them subscribe. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's build this community up. I forget to say like, share, and subscribe sometimes. You know, because I'm that way. Willow, you do have talent. That's one of those blocking things. When you negate yourself, I don't, and I can't, and I'll try, and all those words, you're negating yourself. Don't block yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Be of courage. If there's something you want to do, go for it. What is the worst thing that can happen? Woohoo! I chased Ryder out of the bushes. Good. Then try it again, Monica. Sometimes I'll do things like I taught myself to crochet, right? I still have a lot to learn because I know a few basic things about crochet. I'll have to get back on YouTube and try. Look, I still don't know everything about YouTube. There's a lot of fancy things I don't know how to do. I don't know how to edit yet. I'm learning. I'm still learning about YouTube. I just went for it. I just jumped on in and went for it. It's one thing to go on someone's YouTube channel and, oh, I need to throw down the link, and guest on there. When they throw down the link and you come on up, it's one thing to do that. To have a YouTube channel and try to figure all the things out is a whole nother ball of wax. A whole nother ball of wax. And then to learn all the things about, YouTube wars, and people get upset if you do this and that. And then you have mean people. They get real upset if you know, seem to be in their territory or whatever, or make how do I say it? How do I say it in a politically correct way, or try to make negative or untrue agendas about you, and you just have to keep on keeping on because you don't want to be in all that crap. There's a lot to learn about YouTube. There's a lot to learn. But I just keep charging forward and trying to learn as I go. Try to learn as I go because my only intention is to help people. Hope I help people. Hope I make a difference. That's the plan, Stan. That is my whole plan. And to start a foundation on the side as it grows. I'm not monetized yet, so I don't, make any money to start a foundation. But I want to help people. Oh, Monica, oh yes, there's so many bullies on YouTube. You, even when you think you're a nice and loving and kind channel, you still get it in the butt. You still get it in the butt. And you're like, what the hey? What the hell? So you're trying to figure out how to navigate it, and you let it stress you out for a minute, and then you get zen. All of a sudden, I got calm and peaceful. My angels came down, and I got calm and peaceful, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm fine now. I'm fine now. I know how to handle it. I'm fine now. I'm all good. But it takes you a hot minute because you don't expect it. But I'm good now. Now, for those of you that know Jolene and Busy, we need to give them extra love and support, especially JoJo. Busy too, but especially Jolene. So let's please do that. Shine some light, surround her with light. Thank you so much, Monica Hall. I'm not a quitter. Yeah, I love them to death. They're good humans. Always use your gut instinct. Use your look. Even when people are doing some crazy things and trying to, some people will say negative things to try to pull people down, try to skew viewers to run away from channels or whatever. Use your gut instinct. Use your discernment. You can hear that stuff, but truly, that feeling in your core gut, that's where you have to feel it out. Not your head, where you can have your monkey mind and heart, where you get pulled one way or the other. Your gut instinct. Gut instinct. Virginia said, my dad used to tell me when I said I couldn't do something to try and see if you really can't. That was a good lesson because many times you can if you try, it just seems like you can't. That is the truth. That is the truth. Look, sorry, clean hair sometimes is itchy hair. Curly hair is dry and thirsty, and I have to put extra conditioning in it. Um, I always try things. And if I fall on my face, I keep trying because the worst thing that can happen is you fall on your butt. But you get up and you try again and you try again because just like a bicycle, eventually you're going to pedal the thing. You know what I mean? Eventually you're going to pedal the thing. And you cannot let naysayers tell you what you cannot do, can and cannot do, because it's your body, it's your soul, it's your persistence, it's your focus. And if you want something bad enough, you can do it. You can find a way to do it. Even people that have handicaps or no limbs find ways to do things. Do you understand what I'm saying? People with limitations find ways to do things. I have always found ways to do things. And so much of your spiritual self, your soul self, can help you find those ways. I'm going to teach you a little lesson, and so much of it has to do with your soul self and your spiritual self. And we're going to do that in just a second. Steve says, it's great seeing all these amazing people on here today. Oh, and Steve's another great example. And we spoke about this briefly. I told him, look, right now he's talking about, what is the word? Was it intern or something else at the hospital? He's talking about doing something like that at the hospital and studying to do counseling and all this other stuff. I could not be more proud and excited for him if I was doing it myself. And I said 9 months ago, and he's doing healing work. I said, could you have seen yourself doing any of this? And he said, no. And look at all the stuff he's doing. Look at all of it that he's doing. It is amazing. And Willow has done a 180. She was so distressed and sad and so feeling like she couldn't get away from things. And now she's fighting the good fight, and she's finding hope, and she's studying, and she's just doing wonderful things. Virginia Woolf says, hi, Steve. I can still see that beautiful property that you were at last week, and the cockatoos. And then after that, he showed me kangaroos. But remember those cockatoos? Those big, gorgeous cockatoos? But before we continue further, I'll drop the link, but before we continue further, let's do this quick exercise. I want you to all just envision a year or two from now, okay? And envision this goal or this thing that you really want to do. It could be even a few years from now. Jurian says, Willow is amazingly strong and supportive and loving and is a kick-ass mom. Yes, she is. I want you to envision this thing you really want to do or have in your life, okay? It could be a year from now, a couple of years from now, or however long, like Steve, you think this goal will take, okay? Close your eyes just for a moment. I want you to see where you are right now. Close your eyes, and I want you to envision that thing or that goal or that circumstance that you want to be in a year, 2, 3 from now, however long you think it will take to get there. Close your eyes and envision that thing or that place or that goal that you want to have in that year or 2 or 3, however you think will take to get there. I want you to see yourself there. Listen to my voice. Keep your eyes closed. Even if you're in the bushes, see yourself there. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to inhale deeply to the count of 4 and hold it. And see your body immersed with a beautiful, golden, healing, transforming light. See yourself there. Whatever that circumstance, place, job, transformation, or life-changing circumstance is, as that golden light envelops you. Now, breathe out. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale deeply to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through your nose. Hold it now. Eyes closed. Look around in that circumstance, job, situation, whatever that goal is you want to be in. Exhale through your mouth to the count of 4, seeing that light surround you and expand. With your eyes closed, look around in that situation, circumstance, or goal that you're in a year or 2 from now. And I want you to see the environment that you're in. See the environment that you're in. If there's people around, I want you to see them. I want you to look down and see the clothes that you're wearing. What are you wearing? What is in your right hand in that future circumstance? Who is standing around you? In that future circumstance, what are you doing? What do you see yourself doing? Now, in that future circumstance, I want you to feel your feelings inside your body. I want you to feel that energy rise and take on the emotions and the feelings and the energy of what you're experiencing and what you're feeling and what you're doing, how it's making you feel, what you're seeing as you're moving around in that circumstance and situation. I want you to feel the light through any window, the smell of the air, the energy of anyone passing you, the glance that you have of meeting eyes, what is in your right hand, the ground beneath your feet or the flooring. I want you to notice what is all going on around you in the room or the building. Take another deep breath and take on the experience and the feeling and the energy and the excitement of taking on that reality of that future experience. Now, take a very deep breath through your nose and hold on to that memory and that feeling and that reality and that experience now. And exhale to the count of 4. And take that whole experience in. Just take it all into your mind, body, spirit, your soul. Good, very good. I want you to take another deep breath. Inhale to the count of 4. Just envelop that whole experience and own it. Nothing is standing in your way. You are holding on and you own that entire reality, that entire experience is yours. And that other quantum realm, that entire reality, that circumstance, that experience is completely 100% yours. Exhale. Very good. Now, I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to slowly open up your eyes. 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Now, I want you to understand as you stand in this moment now, you not only stand in this reality, but you own the other reality, and all you have to do is move from this reality and take action to the other reality that you also own. Understand that. Take a deep breath. You take action from this reality to the next reality of which you also own. Does that make sense? It is also in your possession. You just have to build the bridge and take the action from here to there. It already exists. When you were in the other reality, could you feel it and own it and see it just the same as you are here? Put yes or no in the chat. All you have to do is put yes or no in the chat. Or is everybody still asleep? How'd that go for you, James?
You're good. Usual. I like your meditations. They work.
Because really, that is a true state of mind. You are slipping into another energetic field. So if you allow yourself, you have skipped over that entire block. Hey, Moon Unit, whatever you have consciously allowed to block you, you have subconsciously just jumped over. You've made sort of a quantum jump. Your unconscious said, oh, forget about it. So we have created sort of a bridge. So your body has said, oh, I know how to walk there now. I know how to move in that direction. So we've made more of a positive framework to get there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because your soul and your unconscious knows what it feels like to be there now. So just as you know how to be an inspirational spiritual speaker,
That's
because
what
I
I'm trying to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm holding my self back from doing.
and see my internal psychic evidential mediumship, my soul connects to yours in that way, and I know that's what your block was, but that block's been moved. Does that make sense?
hmm And I can feel. I mean, since the meditation the other night, and then this one, and I've been feeling, and that, and some other exercises I've been doing with some other people as well. But I've been feeling that energy shifting a lot lately. So,
Good, good, good. And plus, Emily is trying to help you.
yep, she finally made it home. We just got home yesterday, so I'm still doing laundry and getting everything sorted, but she's doing better. So
I'm so happy about that. How are her sats?
her sats are good. She's been the thing is her sats have been normal for
Good, good.
her. Um,
Yeah,
everything's she's got her own numbers, her own baselines that are not normal on some things, but she's at her baselines on everything right now. So everything's doing good. She's home, resting comfortably, trying to keep her 2-year-old brother from jumping all over her because he's excited to see her home.
oh, what's his name?
Jesse.
I bet he's a little doll.
Oh yeah.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that. I wondered about her.
Yeah. But they're doing wonderful. And I know I've been involved in self blocking myself for so many years. And it's just a habit at this point. And I'm trying to break some of those habits. It's one of the things I've been working on for the last year and a half. That's why I started my YouTube channel about a year ago. And it's been very slow with everything going on with Emily, but I've been slowly building it up and slowly, putting my voice out there and, seeing if I can, reach some people and see if I can do some things to help people with some of my experiences as one, a parent of a disabled child, which is one area of adversity that I'm helping people with. Somebody that's been broke my whole life and working on getting myself out of there. Um, Somebody that's was in an abusive relationship. We were talking about this when I was on last time with the narcissism. My stepmother was extremely narcissistic, and I was the main victim of her abuse. So I have a lot of different adversities that I've dealt with myself personally. I've worked with a lot of people in different situations over the last 30 years. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to do is helping other people overcome those adversities that they're going through in their lives and using spiritual principles and using some of these spiritual techniques that I've been learning because I've been studying this stuff. I started studying spirituality and all this stuff in 95
Yeah.
and practicing it pretty much since then. So, and that's what's helped me make it through. That's what's made me break free of my stepmother's abuse, was learning those things, and what's what helped me to learn how to deal with, my marriage that fell apart. My first marriage lasted 6 years and fell apart when she was cheating on me, and that one fell apart. And I used these same spiritual things to get through that. And quit al- quit alcohol because of it. I was borderline alcoholic and used these spiritual ideas and principles, and now I'm at a point 20 something years later where I don't even desire having alcohol anywhere near me, but it took a long time to get there.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, and I understand what you mean about it saving you because, yeah, right, wrong, or indifferent things hit me when I was like, I started understanding a lot of the spiritual stuff when I was 8. Um, and
Yeah.
it's,
Well, see, I started experiencing stuff with it. I've always been really intuitive. I've always had a sense of things. I've always had a weird view of things. I had I would say, my first experience with people that had passed on when I was like 9 or 10. But I was very heavily involved in a very evangelical Christian church at the time,
gotcha.
because that's the
Yeah,
way I was raised. And so I thought it was all evil and bad. And I was a bad person for having these abilities and having these things. I was an evil person for having these bad. And it got to a point where when I was 19, which was 1995, I attempted suicide
I'm
and
so
failed
sorry.
because I was so depressed because I was this evil person that everything in the church was telling me I was. And I believed in all that crap. And then luckily I had a friend who recognized what was going on. He saved my life in more ways than one and helped me to turn my life around. He took me to a spiritual teacher and got me started on the spiritual path. And I spent 10 years working with a Native American healer. Um, and he helped me a lot with my transformation and deconstructing the crap that the church had taught me and the false beliefs that I had indoctrinated into me from a childhood. And then I worked with him as his ceremonial singer for 10 years. Um, and then I kind of went off on my own path from there. And he's still one of my best friends. He's still one of my mentors. I still call him all the time. He's doing a lot of healing work for Emily as well. Um, but, I just chose not to walk that path.
Yeah, I understand because that's part of the reason why I was wanting. I've told them before, my mom used to say she knew I had them and it runs some in our family, but they were stronger with me for whatever reason. And occurrences helped happened along the way that opened them more and more. But she would say they used to burn people like you. And me being a little girl, I was terrified because I didn't understand her comments. And maybe, it was part jokingly, who knew? And I went to the priest and was like, please save me. Because, I was made to think I was going to hell. Being a little girl, you're like terrified, right?
Well, and that's the thing, is that whole world view is a very narcissistic view of spirituality. And it is. I mean, it's, if
It's,
you really look at, what we would define as a narcissistic relationship, what the evangelical Christian church teaches you a relationship with God is God is this huge narcissist and you have to submit to his will. And we would tell anybody, as a psychologist, tell anybody that if they were in a relationship with a person that was that way, you would tell them to get out of that relationship.
well, I mean, think about when they say your body is a temple. Really, what that is saying is instead of saying you have to take care of your body because it's a temple, I understand them thinking that. But really, what it's saying is God is part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, and
that
I
they've
fully believe that now.
harmed a lot of children when they've had these gifts to make them feel like they're evil instead of embracing them because they are part of God.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying they are God, it's saying they are part of God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They should have been because there's so many people with the gifts. It's not saying you're pointed out as okay, you're different, you're weird, you're different, you're weird. There's so many people with the gifts, so many,
Yep.
and
Oh,
children are made
everybody.
children are made to feel isolated. And there's more children now with the gifts, and there will be more children born with the gifts. There will be more.
Well, see, I'm not sure necessarily that it's more aware of their gifts because my personal this is my own personal opinion on it, and I could be wrong because I'm just me, I'm nobody in this stuff. But my opinion on it is everybody has them. Most people never learn to use them, and they never come out. Some
Everybody,
people it's easier to get them out. Some people naturally have them active and out when they're born into this lifetime. But I think everybody has the ability to do everything. I don't think I'm anything special. I don't think there's anything I can do as an intuitive, as a healer, as somebody that speaks to those that have passed on. I don't think there's anything I can do that anybody else here can't do. It's
here's
just
what
a matter of learning how to do it.
here's what I have learned scientifically along the way because I had to learn the science part along with the humanistic part. I've had to learn it in all aspects and break it down. Yeah, everybody, please subscribe to James' channel and also Virginia Woolf. If you have a channel, put it out there because I'm not one to say, oh, I'm not going to tell them about your channel. Subscribe to mine, subscribe to theirs, please.
Make sure you get the right one. It's the one that says the Serenity Journey because I've got like 5 channels, and that's the one that I'm actively posting on. I've been on YouTube for like 10 years, and I've started multiple channels on here
So,
trying to do this thing.
everybody, all kids have some abilities, and up until the age of 5, they just openly are intuitive to some degree. It's variant. Some may be stronger healers, some may be stronger intuitive, some may be stronger in medium. It's variable. Just like some kids are barrier singers or painters or whatever. Okay. At age 5, it begins to get taught out of them. You see what I'm saying? Because they
Mm-hmm.
get indoctrinated into the world. Some are stronger and keep them. Some are stronger and keep them. More females tend to keep them than male. That's just the way it is. More female
Yep.
to male ratio.
Well, my 2-year-old, I know he's got psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And
And
part
it's
of my goal is to train him to keep in touch with those as he grows and not get trained out of them.
right.
I
But
want
you
him to
see,
learn to stay in touch with those abilities because I think it's a part of who he is for a reason. I think it's a part of his purpose for being born with those abilities. And I don't want him to lose that part of himself.
but a lot of parents will go, oh, you're not seeing anything. Oh, that doesn't exist. Oh, you're okay. And the world indoctrinates it out of them. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot
Well,
of
they
them,
did to me. That's what happened to me. And I repressed mine when I was a child. And it wasn't until I was in my late 30s and early 40s, even with all the spiritual work I started doing when I was 19, it wasn't until I was late 30s, early 40s that I got to the point where I started actually unlocking that stuff again and unblocking it. I had gotten enough of my shadow work done to get to the point where I could start seeing those abilities coming out again. And now I'm still trying to learn how to use them. I'm still I consider myself a beginner in all this stuff.
yeah. But you are very intuitive. But you see what I'm saying? Some people get so black and white that they don't exist anymore,
Mm-hmm.
or that part of their brain gets shut down.
They get so ingrained in the culture and in trying to fit in. I tell you, the number one shift that I made in my life, this is for everybody. The number one shift I made in my life was about a year and a half ago. I decided that I wasn't going to try to fit in any longer
Good for
because I
you.
spent 46 years of my life trying to fit in. with a society and with a culture that I don't fit into.
Yeah,
And I decided that I have to buy if I'm going to find because this is when I made the decision to make peace a priority in my life and peace with myself, inner peace a priority in my life. And the only way you'll ever find inner peace is if you be authentic to yourself first and then share that with the world. And if the world accepts it, they accept it. And if they don't, they don't. But you will always be at peace with yourself. You don't need that approval from the outside.
exactly. And I tell
And
people, go ahead, I'm sorry.
well, the only other thing I was going to say is I am not perfect at that yet. I
Nobody
I don't
is.
know that I ever will be, but I'm better now than I used to be, and that for me is it's the journey. That's why I call my channel the Serenity Journey because it's an everyday journey. I'm getting better at it every day, and I'm moving forward, and I'm getting better at doing these things every day in my life, and that's how I'm navigating the issues we're having with my daughter. A lot of time, got a lot of time to meditate in the hospital.
Yeah. And when you have a special needs child, there's a lot of stress. That's just the way
Hmm.
it is. And as long as we're in a human body and we have to deal with jobs and money and all, there's going to be stress. I have stress. I'm not
Yeah.
perfect. I'm on a journey. I'm not perfect at it. And I'll tell you that in a heartbeat. So, and like I tell everybody here, you can get to a place where you can open things up, but it takes meditation. It takes practice all the time. Right, wrong, or indifferent. You have to get a place to where you can quiet your mind.
Hmm.
Because, like, prayer is talking to God, meditation is listening. You have
And
got,
you have to get the monkey mind out of the way.
yeah. And so when I do these mini guided meditations, my something in my brain, even I get that funny, weird numbness in my forehead. So I know that I am being used as a conduit. So I'm getting angelic assistance. So it's not just me that is doing this guided meditation. So I know when I'm getting that feeling here, I'm being assisted. So it's also going to you and you and you and you. So there's this unusual thing going on. So, like I said, I'm a conduit. So it's being divinely guided in some way, in a way I can't explain, but I'm hoping it travels across these airwaves and that you can also feel it as well, if that makes any sense. And that it
Hmm.
has this positive effect. I found out a long time ago, just, oh, sorry, my dog. She's playing with a cat. I found out by some fluke because we are electrical beings and the computer is electrical that it does travel in this weird way across these electrical airwaves. It's a weird heavy duty conduit.
Hmm.
So it's really effective. Jurian, I bet you are intuitive. I don't think you can say that. He says he's not intuitive at all. He's an artist.
He's
But
probably closed off to it. He doesn't recognize it when it shows up. If you're an artist, I mean, most artists are very intuitive and it comes into their artwork. It's also how you display it. I think a lot of people don't see it because they're looking for it to be like a specific voice in their head or they're looking for it to come in a very specific way and it doesn't. It's very subtle and it's something you have to. That's where meditation and training yourself, you have to train yourself to hear those voices and to discern the true ones from the false ones too, because the ego will get involved in there and give you false messages that are not coming from spirit.
I mean, I found that the messages that you are getting are concise. They don't have a lot of words that are emotional or how do I say it? They're just to the point and concise. They don't have flowery words adverbs or adjectives attached. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're just to the point, direct. And when people are artistic or they write music or whatever, a lot of times they will get this stream of consciousness thing going on where you almost feel like a piece of art is painting itself or a piece of music is writing itself. You are getting an assist from something higher than yourself, from a guide or angels or something bigger that is moving through you. Sometimes people that have passed over to the other side. It could be an artist, a great artist, or a great writer, or somebody angelic, could be trying to move music that has been created in the heavens through you,
Mm-hmm.
using you as a conduit to move it here to the earth, if that makes sense.
It does to me. So that
Chase
I've been that kind of a conduit for a long time. So
Chase says, at 46, you can find peace as soon as you stop caring what outside people say or think. I learned to say F them all. And Jurian says, oh, I know. I've been working with magic for 30 years. I'm very methodical in work and path working. Things like tarot and scrying I am not built for. But listen, I do have to tell you, in the intelligence of the universe, they will use humans, the souls, because we're basically souls, as conduits to move inventions over to the earth.
hmm
Music,
everything that exists
art.
existed in spirit before it came here.
Exactly. Bingo,
All of
100%.
our technology, everything that exists, existed in spirit before it came here. Every bit of it. Most of it came in intuitively.
How do you think we got the pyramids?
You know.
I mean, think about the work it took to make the pyramids, to make the Greek Colosseums and all of that stuff. When I had my near death experience, 100%, one of the things that I did see off in the far hand that I didn't understand at age 12 was a building that looked like almost a Greek Colosseum that had carvings and the columns in it out in the far distance. And it didn't make sense to me as a kid to see a building in heaven, like a Greek building. And what was explained to me was that was a place where souls that had left quickly and tragically went to transition more effectively and easily. Almost like now I understand, my understanding now is almost like a spa where they take them to help them more easily make the transition, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they go there to rest and I don't know how to put the words.
I,
I can
I don't
see
know.
it in my head. It, it,
Yeah.
it makes sense in
Um.
here. It doesn't make.
Everybody has a different perspective on it, and I've been studying death experiences, and I mean every account of near death experience. If you look at it, yes, there's some very glaring similarities on almost all near death experiences that I've studied over the years. But one thing I have noticed is that there's also very glaring differences in the details, and I think a lot of that is up to the individual and their perception of what it's going to be like when they get there. Um, that's just my opinion on it. I don't know.
Well, it depends. It is your okay. When you get my understanding is, and I saw more. There's more details to it, and I talked about it in another video. But when you go to the other side, everything is basically energetic, and the colors are so different and better and more beautiful, and everything moves with energy and vibration and sound, and I can't even tell you. the depth of the color, but what you want things to be there transforms with your thought and color and energy, and it feels real to you, but it can transform in almost a blink according to what you want it to be.
Yeah, because it's just pure energy is all it is, and
Yeah,
thought forms are forming that energy.
but it's still amazingly beautiful in the big scheme of things. There is still another controller. You see what I'm saying? But we all still have jobs over there, but that's according to what your passion is and in what way you want to assist. But we still have the opportunity to come back if we want. So it's a whole thing. It's not like everybody's just chilling like a villain over there.
No,
That would be boring.
there's a lot of energy at play, and it's just another evolution of energy. Just like we're not all just chilling here, just sitting around waiting for the life to be end, or they're not sitting on the other side just waiting for everybody to show up. Where there's other things going on, and there's I don't know, there's such an expansive
But we can still
field of
assist
energy. It's
here.
hard to comprehend it all, though.
We can still assist here. And oddly
Oh yeah.
enough, so much of us that are energetically, that raise our energy so high, you can move your energy here to assist others at a distance. Did you know that?
Hmm.
I mean, there's just so much we can do as we
I've done.
try to assist and help people. That's why I say, who needs drugs? It's amazing how we can help and connect and love one another and how much we're connected to God and the Creator anyway. And the fact they want to shame people and kids and make you feel so bad is ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, look how much M has taught you.
Oh yeah. She's been one of my great teachers, and patience and a lot of other things, and letting go of the need to control. One of the biggest lessons I've learned through her and everything with her is just surrendering and stop trying to control stuff, because there's so many things that you can't control, and learning a lot about acceptance and trying to apply those lessons to other areas of my life, which I have had more or less success at in other areas as well. Um, Still working on it, but getting better. So,
And look, even though we lost Noah, we had some amazing, miraculous things occur. Amazing that
hmm
only God's hand was in, that were inexplicable, inexplicable, that I knew prior to, and things that I was shown that made me know. I mean, like, for instance, these young doctors told me, took us in a room. Noah was on an iron lung. He had sepsis.
hmm
Okay. They took us in a room and told us that he was dying. This was years, he was 8 at the time. That we needed to make plans. That there was nothing he could do. That um, they had killed the virus, but they could not remove the toxins out of his blood. I went in the chapel at the hospital at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and I asked God to show me what has to be done to save my child. I worked at a hospital in Carrollton in the ER. I was a psych at that hospital, and they called and told Children's to do whatever I asked because they needed me at the hospital. I was respected, blah, 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 whatever. But these young doctors told us he was dying. I go to the chapel, ask God, show me what has to happen to save my child. I was crying. I was not ready to lose my child. I knew there had to be a way. I had faith beyond faith. You understand me?
Hmm.
I go back, I see a vision in my head. I was shown a vision in my head of a machine that looked like a Slurpee machine. I'd never seen it, okay? And it had all these weird things on it. And I'd never seen those. And I went back in there. I said, okay, you killed the virus, but you can't get the whatever out of his blood, toxins out of his blood. I said, can you remove his blood and separate the toxins, from the liquid from the toxins, right? Can you separate it out? Is there a way to do this? From the plasma, right? Can you
Hmm.
separate through the plasma? And they looked at me and they said, we only tried it once and that child died. We haven't done that enough to promise it's going to do anything. If you'll sign this paper and let us test it on him, we'll do it. So I said, okay. I was willing to take a chance. So they I signed the paper, they were willing to do it. They called the blood place and they said it would take 4 days. We didn't even know if he had 4 days. It was called plasmapheresis. At that time, it hadn't been okayed for doing this. They started plasmapheresis. They did it for 4 days. This was in April. And I looked at this doctor and I grabbed his shoulder. I know they had to think I was crazier than hell. And I got this other message and I said, I know you think I'm crazy. I know you don't understand. I appreciate you doing this. I said, he will be home by Mother's Day. Don't even know why I said that. Noah came home on Mother's Day and he survived. And because he survived, they were able to start using this on children at Children's Hospital. So it changed lives of little kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't mean to sound so passionate about it, but it was a freaking miracle. And it was
Yep.
only because I started getting messages. And at that moment, that was a day too. I was in a restaurant. I would have never done this in a million years. I went around asking people, I said, if you are a praying person, will you please pray for my son? I didn't care if people thought I was cuckoo. Something I would have never done in a bazillion years. And I was just compelled, right?
Uh huh.
I know I sound crazy.
No,
I was
not
doing
really.
I was doing things I would have never done. But anyway,
I've done a lot of things I would have never done had I not had a disabled child. So I understand exactly what you're saying. Okay. So anyway, my wife's calling me. She's fixing to leave, which means I gotta go watch the kids. So
okay.
it's great getting to chat to everybody. Thank you guys so much, and love you. I just wanted to let you know you're doing a great job.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
I
much.
appreciate you so much. Kiss those babies.
I will.
I did not mean to carry on, y'all. I did not even know I was going to share that story, but I needed to share that story to let you know that the most bizarre things happen. And because that happened, they were able to use that as a protocol. Hey, Mark Kropka, they were able to use that as a protocol to start saving children. Saying that stuff to doctors, asking people, strange people to pray. Look, remember when I said if I was in a group of people, I would do things? That was something I would have never done in a bazillion years. Never. And I was a professional. I would have never done in a bazillion years. saying, I saw something. Could you do this? I don't know what this machine is. Asking strange people to pray, telling that doctor Noah would be home on Mother's Day as proof that something supernatural was happening. I needed him to know something supernatural was happening, something bigger than that doctor, something bigger than me was happening. What do you need to ask me for? The link? That's the only thing I can think Steve would be asking me for. The link? I didn't mean to carry on, y'all, but I needed to tell you. Things bigger than us are happening. Don't let things stand in your way. Remember that, this exercise I put you through? What you're wanting is already there. It's already there waiting for you. Walk toward it. Take the energy from where you are now and walk toward it. It is waiting for you. Okay, Monica. Thank you, Paranormal. Does anyone have any questions? I feel like I've just been going off at the mouth. And it's 10:28, and I've been promising myself I was going to shorten these things. Does anyone have any questions? There is my bestie. Hey, Steve. What a beautiful girl is on the screen. I see a princess.
That's my little girl.
Hello, princess.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
And what is your name?
Michaela.
Hello, Princess Michaela. What an honor to meet you.
She's at work with me today, so I thought we would jump on and we'd come in and say hello and see how everybody is.
How did you get so beautiful?
Wasn't from your dad's looks, was it? Nah.
How old are you?
7.5.
Oh, 7.5? You're growing very fast. And I heard you have very long hair.
Are you going to show everybody your hair? Hang on a second.
Whoa. It's like Elsa. Do you like Elsa?
No.
No, she's off Elsa now. She used to when she was a bit younger. But yeah, not now. But she's definitely got the hair of Rapunzel, I reckon.
So what do you like?
I reckon it's nearly as long as yours, Dana.
Yeah, probably longer. What do you like?
Cats and dogs.
Oh, Benji! Watch this. Come here,
Watch this.
Benji. Oh, come here. Oh.
Benji.
Isn't
he cute?
Hello, Michaela. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, very good. Nice to meet you. Oh, I like you. She's so cute.
So we thought while we had a couple of minutes, we're just busy at work, and we thought we'd come on and say hello and make sure that everyone's had a great week and everyone's focusing on their journey and everyone's positive and see how everyone's doing, basically.
Yes, let's raise the energy
and make sure that everyone's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very nice to meet you.
And she
Fly
goes
like a
shy,
butterfly.
but normally when she's with me, she's not mellow. But today she goes quiet all of a sudden, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so nice to meet you.
So at least at the moment she's not on a rollerblade. So I'm normally chasing her around the workshop while she's got her rollerblades on, and she's trying to run me over.
Oh no! Don't run the daddy over.
No, don't run Dad over, eh? So, yep.
Yeah.
So we've got to keep working. Nina's needing the chair again. McCullough keeps stealing everybody's chair and using it as a footrest.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't either. Nah, she's pretty good. But yeah. So we better turn around and keep working, I suppose. But she's playing with my hair now. My hair's not as long as yours. Yeah, look at that. It just keeps going and going and going.
Well, it was very nice to meet you, Princess Michaela.
And we will catch you all soon. But I was just going to say, just to from what we were chatting about with from last week, and and I was listening to the topic about what's holding us back. It's I just say to people, and we've sort of touched on this stuff before as well. It's like just anything that's getting you down and making you think about stuff, just write it down, so that way at least you can take it out of your mind, so it's not bogging you down, and then you can actually address it when you feel like it's the right time. That's pretty important, because when something's actually coming to you, it doesn't mean it's the right time. It's just that it's coming up to the surface. So write it down, and then when you feel like it's when it sits well in your stomach, then you can actually then approach it and then do something with it. So always just be just think about that. Oh, look at that, Michaela. Look at that.
What is that?
What is it?
My name's Ned. I'm a girl. My name's Meg. Hello.
Looks like she.
Wait, is that a puppet?
It's a puppet.
I'm a girl.
He's a doll.
Can you do it? Wait.
Yeah. Oh, she's doing it properly. That's how she does it.
Can I do what? What did she say? She said, can you do it properly? Oh, okay. See you later, alligator.
So as I always say to people, just write down whatever's going on in your mind at the time. Write it down and wait for it to settle in your gut, and then when it's at that point, when it's the right time, you'll know that it's the right time to really look at it and process it properly, and then that way you're not making rash decisions, because sometimes not everything that comes to you is needed at the time to be acted on straight away. So don't always rush, but work through the things as they come along.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or go through guided meditation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Or have kids to drive you running around like a million miles an hour, and then you don't get to think about a lot. Hey, you're right.
Kids are wonderful.
They are. All right, well, I'll jump off the chat, but I just wanted to say hello to everyone and hope everyone's well. And we'll definitely catch you on the weekend.
Okie dokie, Yoki.
All right, see you soon, guys.
All right, bye. Bye, Michaela. Talk to you later. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty then. I guess we're going to call that a wrap-up. How about that? And don't let anything hold you back. Dun, 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 dun. But I love you all. If you want to buy me a coffee, I don't even have that thing down there, do I? You can do it at miracles3@charter.net. if you'd like to buy me a Starbucks, it's at PayPal, miracles3 at charter.net. I hope tonight makes sense. I hope you remember your little guided meditation to go from here to there because you went into another quantum realm. You can just start moving forward to that other space. Just close your eyes and remember where you went, how it felt, what it looked like. Nothing has to hold you back. Just keep moving forward. Just keep moving. You have what it takes. We still have a lot of life to live. You know what I mean? Let's do this thing. Look at how many talented people we have. Empathic, light workers. We have a lot of work we need to do on this earth. Remember what I talked about? It holds true. We have a lot to do. Anyway, I love you all so very much. Thank you for being here tonight. And I shall see you on Saturday night. Please like, subscribe, and share. And subscribe to our other people like Virginia Woolf and James. And go check out the art of Dana. We put him down in the chat. Jerian? Is that how you pronounce it? I want to thank all of my beautiful community members and everyone that's hiding in the bushes. Thank you for coming to Dear Dana. I love you all. And I shall see you next time. Bye, everybody. And here we go. Love, love, love. Where is it? There it goes.